Unscripted.
One of the things that I've noticed about YouTubers and like influencers and things like that, and I've kind of mentioned this a little bit in various podcasts that I've done, is if you really want to get something, like a hard truth, or if you really want to hear like a really hot take or good opinion on video games, go visit a small YouTuber, right? Like those are probably the best people to kind of do that, because they're doing it for the love of video games. They're doing it because they actually enjoy it. They have nothing to gain from it. So obviously they're going to give like their honest opinions on it. And I love that. That's sort of like how I go about things myself. It's like, yeah, I could have done, I could have lied to Xbox fans and just been like, hey, Xbox is the best box, and continued on and probably be doing much better YouTube-wise. But at the end of the day, I have a little bit of a conscience, and I just didn't feel right about that. I felt like I had to speak out. And sometimes I speak out and people don't like it, or people just think it's a shtick or whatever. And I understand that. But, if more people spoke out about like the wrongs in the industry and stuff like that, I feel like overall, as gamers and fans, we would just be much better off. And I think that's where stuff like this comes in. Now, I don't think that this is something that I always felt kind of weird about this particular subject, because in one aspect I understand it, right? I think that it's completely understandable. I know why it is the way that it is, and why this is happening. But on the other hand, I just kind of look out and I go, well, you know what? It really, though, does it make a ton of sense to do this? Like, when there's fans who are kind of, already one way and used to something, and we've been used to something for, a long time already. And I just think that that's something I want to get into, because this is pretty bad news, if you want to think about it, honestly. So I want to get into it, and I, of course, want to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions on this as well. As always, it really does mean the world to me. Let's get started. Hey, what's up, everybody? Crapgamer here with Crapgamer Reviews, back with another video. Thank you very much for joining me on this tremendous day, my birthday. Happy birthday to me. And, again, just shout out to all you people that support my little crappy dying channel. I really do appreciate it. Tell your friends, tell your mom, tell your cousins, tell everybody that Crapgamer is here and doing videos every day. So I appreciate it. Please like the videos, share it out, subscribe, all that kind of good stuff. Shout out to all the old subscribers, new subscribers, and everybody in between. You guys are fantastic, and I appreciate you all very much as well. So thank you guys for always rocking out with me and just being great people and just fantastic fans and stuff. I don't know if I have like fans per se, but it is just nice to see so many people kind of rock out with me and stuff like that. So I wanted to get into this. So again, how do you guys feel about the price of games moving forward? It does look more and more like $70 is going to be the minimum, or the bare minimum, for these video games and stuff like that. How do you feel about that? Like, for me, people ask me and they think because maybe I'm a quote-unquote Sony fanboy, newsflash, I'm not, that all of a sudden that I'm okay with that, and listen, here's the thing. I understand, right? These development costs go up more than ever right now. That's just a fact of life. And I completely understand that. So I understand the price hike. Now, people might go, well, Microsoft isn't doing that. And I have to say and be honest, okay? Microsoft will probably do that. The thing is, they have no next-gen only exclusives right now to show that. They haven't released any since 2019. So we'll have to see, and it won't be Halo. That won't be the telltale sign, because again, that's a cross-gen game, and they're doing the free upgrades anyway. So it really wouldn't make sense to do that. It's going to probably be $60. But when Fable comes out and some of these other games, I think that's a particular point in time that we will start to see, the actual prices, and I would assume that we're going to see $70 prices there. Now, the Take-Two CEO says, and of course this is bad news, he thinks that you're ready for PS5 $70 price hike. So as always with the new generation of console launch, it's a very exciting time, to say the least. I know I'm excited. I know a lot of you that are getting your console for the first time are also very excited. Last November saw the launch of the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S, with lots of games to choose from. However, it wasn't all happy times. No, indeed it was not, as it also saw some publishers doing a price hike for next-gen only versions of games, such as NBA's 2K1 being $70. There was also Call of Duty, and Sony confirmed they too would be hiking up to $70 for their PS5 only titles, and apparently was thinking of even more. And the CEO of Take-Two thinks you're ready for it. So it sounds like we're going to be seeing this more and more. Strauss Zelnick spoke at Morgan Stanley Technology, Media, and Telecom Conference. And when talking about the price hike, he said that he felt it was time, references how they had there been an official price hike in a long time, meaning that we haven't really had one. And Zelnick said that he felt ultimately the consumers were ready for the change. And this is what he had to say, and I quote, "In terms of pricing, we announced a $70 price point for NBA 2K21. Our view was that we're offering an extraordinary array of experiences and lots of replayability. The last time there was a frontline price increase in the US was 2005-2006, so we think consumers were ready for it. Our view is to always deliver more value than we charge. We make sure both the experience and paying for the experience are positive for the consumer. We all know anecdotally that even if you love a consumer experience, if you feel you were overcharged for it, it ruins the experience and you don't want to have it again. If you go in a nice restaurant and have a great experience and a great meal, but the check is double what you think it should be, you're never going to go back. Now, we always want consumers to feel that we deliver much more than we ask in return. That's true for recurring customer spending as well. We're here to activate and engage customers, and if we do that, monetization follows." So while the majority of titles are still $59.99, they are also cross-generational. So we're seeing more companies adopt the $69.99 price tag for next-gen only, such as the recently announced Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade. Now, prices will vary more for Europe and Asia, but a hike of some kind seems to be the standard in every region. And the reason why a lot of people are unhappy is because like a $70 price here in the US is a little bit different than a $70 price in like Australia or Europe and these places. This is something that a lot of people kind of talk about, and it's sort of like this little secret that nobody kind of wants to really put out there, but it's just true. You know what I mean? That a lot of these things that happen with the prices, like they're so much more expensive, like Canada and all that kind of stuff, much more expensive than here, and that is a real shame to kind of see that. Now, think of this is the way I look at video games, right? Because people ask me, how do you look at the whole pricing situation? Well, I look at it as this. Back when movie theaters were all open and I take the whole family to the movie theater, that would be an experience that lasted 2 hours. It cost well over $100. Okay, so again, if you're going to get a video game and it's going to last, 50, 60, 100 hours, that's well worth $70 to me personally as an entertainment value. Okay, or let's say you want to take your kids to like a baseball game or pre-pandemic or whatever, of course, or a football game. You're talking hundreds of dollars for a few hours of entertainment. Now we're really starting to see kind of what's up with that in the future. But for me personally, it's well worth it. Like that's worth it. It's worth it if it's worth it to you. Okay, to me, I don't buy fancy shoes. I go in and I buy work boots or whatever, and I pretty much just wear boots all the time, or I'm not really like a shoe connoisseur. But if you want to get the latest pair of shoes and spend hundreds of dollars and it's worth it to you, then it's worth it to you. More power to you. This is what I'm saying. Like, obviously people are going to speak with their minds and speak with their wallets, and however this kind of turns out, I think it'll be fine one way or the other. If the games are too expensive, then they won't sell, and then we'll definitely see a huge difference. You know what I mean? That's really kind of what we want to see in the future. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I do hope that we continue to see some movement in that area and some flexibility, because if you look at what Sony's doing or what some of these companies are doing, like Kenna Bridge of Spirits, that's a $40 title. Okay, and I think a lot of people that was very refreshing. But then you look at Returnal, that's a $70 like AAA price title. How will people react to that? And it's a new IP. It's not the typical thing that Sony does. So I think that we'll have to see how that kind of works out. And is it going to be something that sells incredibly well? I don't really know. If you look at like Miles Morales, that by itself was $50, but for $70 you could get that and the totally remastered Spider-Man. So again, this was really something that we kind of have to look at and go, well, it's kind of uncharted territory and stuff like that. So for me personally, I kind of want to see exactly how it goes, but we'll just have to wait and see. For me personally, like I said, I'm willing to wait and see. It's worth it to me if it's a great game. It could cause people to wait. It's obviously going to cause people to go, but Game Pass, Game Pass. I personally don't care about Game Pass, but we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. With that being said, I will link this stuff in the description. You guys can check it out. Kind of bad news. Are you guys, care about paying $70, or do you not care? Sound off, rate, comment, subscribe. Please like the video. It's a very simple, free thing to do that means a lot to me and helps me out. Have a fantastic day, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful evening. Thanks for all the kind birthday wishes. If you want to hit me up on Twitter at @_Crapgamer, Xbox Live MOH Space Crapgamer, or PSN just Crapgamer, and I try to get back to everybody. So thank you guys for watching. Game on, my friends. Game on. Rack 'em up. Crapgamer out.
Unscripted.